I've been listening to you guys for just over 7 months. I first found the show when you covered whether the British Caribbean community has progressed or regressed. The
Okay.
reason for this message is that I agree with a lot of what you say and the methods you suggest for creating change, especially among the younger generation. I have a question for you. I have a little brother who is 22, and no matter what he's told, he doesn't listen. He doesn't care what me or my dad have to say because we don't have the trinkets and lifestyle that the guys on the road have. What would you suggest in a situation like this to get him to listen before it's too late? Right now, he's just chasing a designer lifestyle. What you saying, Noble? What you
Okay, you want me to
saying?
go first? All right then. I think that's a challenge that many people are facing. My suggestion would be we're always, was it 6 degrees of separation? So whenever far away from someone who has the potential trinket, which was gained lawfully and legally with a clean heart. So I would suggest, if possible, seeking that, and it may be only 2 people away from where you are, man. Seeking those people who have the trinkets, who have the knowledge, who have a different lifestyle, and expose him to that and show him that, yeah, through hard work and through dedication and through these methods, and do this on not just one occasion and just showing one potential side, like someone who may be who's got multiple supermarkets, for instance, or someone who's a you need to go through all of the things, someone who's a lawyer, someone who's a dentist, someone who's a doctor, someone who's a managing director, or someone who's again in the system doing their thing and getting things legitimately. You have to expose, because talking is talk is cheap. As a youngster, I mean, he's still young, but he's in his 20s. His frontal cortex is still forming, so he's idolizing, and not even so much idolizing. His main influences are external to the people who are close. That goes without saying. Everybody does that, unfortunately, because we seek validation, we seek guidance from some. Oh, I know you. I grew up with you. You know, I can see the mistakes and the things and the decisions you've made. I'm looking for somebody else to give me that input. So it's exposure, physically being with them, having the conversations, maybe even if they can make them work there part-time or something. Maybe it doesn't even need to go that far. Maybe it's just to say, being in the presence. Every other weekend we go check this person. Well, okay, I'm seeing a different lifestyle, we're in a different area. Oh, that's how they're moving. That generally, touch, taste and feel, most people get and can learn from. Just the audio talking, it goes in one ear and straight out the other.
Facts. Facts. Very good response, Noble. What I would say is this: if your brother is impressed by the trinkets of the road, then the only thing I can really say to a person like that is you need to try and figure out how to teach him the concept of long-term thinking. Now that looks different to a lot of different people,
Yeah.
but how you can get that message across to the young man is by showing someone who didn't think long term and give him the example. Yo, this man here, he was just like you. He was chasing that bread early. He was talking all that same rubbish you talk by any means and all that rubbish. And look at him now. You know, he didn't actually achieve that. That's what you need to show a man. The main thing with these young boys is getting the message across of long-term thinking.
Yes.
That's the main thing, getting them to understand that even the next 5 years will not is not the be all and end all for you. You've got to think the little that you're doing today will come to fruition tomorrow. Not
Exactly.
not in a direct sense, but you know what I mean. Like the work you're putting in now will pay off one day. So put in something that makes sense, man. And remember, we're in an ever-changing climate. Certain crime anyway, is damn near going to be impossible to do anyway in the next few years. Like it's going to be damn near impossible to do anything without paying for it. So you're going down a path to nowhere if that's how you think you're going to make your money. It's definitely about long-term thinking. That's one major component that's missing from the minds of a lot of the black youth in the UK.
Yeah.
A lot of man, they think they're in a bad spot and they're always going to be in that spot. A lot of men think they're in a good spot and they're always going to be in that spot. The beauty of long-term thinking is you understand I may not be in this spot tomorrow. And that can be motivation to do better or to do worse. But for the average man who understands long-term thinking, he's going to understand put work in, work, build for tomorrow. The UK is going to be a very unforgiving place. It already is right now, but in a minute, it's going to be very unforgiving. So you got to bear that in mind, man. And that's all I can really say. But if your brother's impressed by trinkets, long-term thinking, that's all I can say. Give him a peek into the future, what his future will look like if he continues that way. You remember in Men in Black 3, you had that alien guy, and he would rub shoulders with people and show them the different possibilities. You have to almost become that guy and show him, man. Don't worry, man. You'll be in prison. Don't worry, man. Carry on your path.
Yep.
And I'll remind you at that time about this convo. Start talking to them. Start talking to man like that.
Real, man. Show them reality, and it's a numbers game. They present the social media, the shame stream, and all the rest of it. Present that's the only option. That's your only way out is to do criminality and to have to trinket, to dog biscuits, and all the rest of the stuff. Right? Show them the numbers. Say, okay, you want this, okay. So I can show you 30 people who are living like this, and you can look at their jackets, and you can look at the time they spent in prison and all that business. And, oh, this person's dead, this person's in prison, this person, and then we can see 96% plus of people who are in a better position, who have done it the right way, and they've just said, you know what, let me put my foot to the pedal and look for a 5-year goal, look for a 2-year goal, and they eventually, with those building blocks, get to the point where you think you can just shortcut all that stuff, do the easy way out, destroy people's lives, destroy our lives as your family, and spend copious amounts of time in prison. That's not the way. Now, the chances of success, do you want to be the Pablo Escobar that can live to whatever and then get locked up and all this kind of business and not enjoy his money? Like, where are we going? And then ultimately, what the decision is with the 22-year-old brother to make his own decision. But all you can do faithfully is put the things in place physically, show him the numbers, and then he has to make the mistake.
That's it.
Oh, sorry, make the decision. Sorry. Potentially, it's not going to be the mistake. And again, it's about rewiring your mind. We all have to do it. It's a constant battle to rewire your mind into, and then habits are formed over 28 days.
That's a fact.